Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today's topic is how to train and how to design your own workout split based on your goals. So first, let me debunk a myth. So the myth is if you do 8 to 12 reps, you will gain a lot of muscles. And if you do only 3 reps, or I don't know, if you go into endurance, which is basically more than 20 reps, you will not gain that much muscles. That's fake. Like, studies don't show that, and you can verify by yourself searching on the internet, but I will put something on the screen which explains how does it work. So if you do 3 reps and you will gain muscles, and if you do 8 reps you will gain muscles as well, maybe a little bit more, but it's like 5% of difference. And always doing 8 reps is not the best thing for muscle growth, because your body needs to have different stimuli to always grow. Because if you always do 8 reps, your body get used to these 8 reps, even if you progressively overloads. So you need to change these rep ranges. So now let me explain periodization. Periodization is dividing your training into weeks where you focus on different things. Let me give you an example, this is easier. First week, you will maybe focus on muscle building. So you will choose 8 to 12 reps in rep ranges, and you will not go into failure, because always going into failure, like 2 sets method, is not good because it makes your CNS really exhausted. So first week, you go and you do 8 to 12 reps in bench press, I don't know. Second week, you go, you do 6 reps, maybe 3 times 6, 3 sets of 6 reps, which is more strength based. And the third week, you really focus on strength building, and you do 3 times 3. Then you take a deload. A deload is basically something to recover, because your body can't always push to the limit and recover. You need a deload week, which is a week where intensity is down and volume is down too. So first week, intensity is low and volume is high for muscle building. Second week, it's equal. You do volume and intensity. And third week, you do less volume and way more intensity. But if you want to train only for muscle growth, you don't really need to always go into high volume, low intensity. Even if you go low intensity and high volume, you will gain muscles. And the best thing with this is that you don't need to do only one. You can do these 3 things. So first week you do low intensity, high volume. Second week equal, and third week you do high intensity, low volume. You can change, you vary the stimuli, and this is the best way to gain muscles. If you don't believe me, I don't know why, but you can search on the internet and you will see that is the method which is used by the best powerlifters in the world. And you can say, oh no, a powerlifter is not a bodybuilder, so he doesn't have all his muscles. But if you look at the best powerlifters, not the bigs one, but I mean the fat ones. If you look at, I don't know, the best squatter in the world, I will put something on the screen. He has really, really big quads, and that's logic because he trains squat. It makes sense. So you don't always need to go into hypertrophy to gain muscles. You can do strength and stuff like this. But if you really, really want to only gain muscles, to, I don't know, you want to be a bodybuilder, then train like a bodybuilder, but a natural one, a natty, not juicy, because if he's juicy, a bodybuilder is juicy, not natural, you can train like him because he's not natural and you are natural. So now you must choose a movement to train. Not only one, but you need to have 2 movements or maybe the same, and train it 2 times a week per muscle groups. Because studies shown that training 2 times a week the same muscle group is the best for muscle growth. So now you choose your number of movements you want to train, depending on the numbers of days you want to train. I want to train 3 days in the week. I will choose 6 main movements.
Oh putain, j'ai oublié comment ça. Ouais, si. Pas ça.
So now that you have your movements, we can make together our program or weekly periodization. So if you don't really understand and you want advices, ask me in the comments and I will answer to you if you can combine these things and these things. So for me, imagine I want to train squats, pull-ups and bench press. Only 3 movements, but I will train them 2 times in a week. There is 2 possibilities. In one case, I can combine pull-ups and dips in the same day. So I do pull-ups first, dips after the pull-ups. The next day I rest. The next day, no, maybe I don't rest. I do leg day, then I rest, then I do pull-ups and dips, but this time I do dips first and then pull-ups. Next day I have my leg day and then rest. So I train 4 times in a week with 3 movements and I do this movement 2 times in a week. You can organize things like this. But you can do also, first day you do pull-ups, next day you do dips, then you do squats, then you train pull-ups or dips again. You can invert these 2, and then you do leg again. You have 6 days of training with only 3 movements. And remember that it is your main movements. You will not come to the gym, only do squats or bench or pull-ups and then go away. No, you will have support exercises for each movement. For squats, maybe you will do squats, but squats targets the quads, but not the calves that much. So you will do, I don't know, calf elevations, or it doesn't target the glutes. So you will do hamstring curls. Yeah? No, it was not the glute, it was the hamstring. You understood me, bro. So yeah, you choose exercises that will make your main movement stronger. Because if you never train your hamstring, what will happen? You will have disbalance and it can lead to injuries, obviously. If you only train squat, and never this part of your legs, you will have crazy imbalances. Same for dips or bench press. If you always do dips, and not other things, no other things, you always do dips. First, your stabilizing muscles will not be that strong comparing to the other ones. Also your rotator cuff, also your side delts, because side delts are not that engaged in dips. Same for bench press. If you always train like this and you never train like this, that's not good. So you choose support exercise. The best thing to do is to have one support, which is the main movement, but you had a new difficulty, like you do squats, but you had a pause at the bottom. This is a normal squat, and here you stop here and then you go up. So you will have this movement, your main movement, and a support, which is your main movement, but with difficulty added. You understood me, bro? Then you have, for legs, for example, you have hamstring curls. So you can do hamstring curls, and another thing that targets, I don't know, the calves. So this is your support exercise. You have your main movement with a difficulty, and then things that will help to balance your muscles. So when you got all these things, you can make your own program. So first week you train in hypertrophy, 8 to 12 reps, high volume, so you do 5 sets generally, RP 7, so you keep 3 reps in reserve. I don't know, you will do 5 sets of 10 for bench press, and you keep 3 reps in reserve. So if with 40 kg I can do 13 reps, my first set will be 40 kg for 10 reps, okay, and I have 3 reps in reserve. Then the weights go down a little bit, and then a little bit, and maybe the last set is 30 kg for 10 reps, and I have 3 reps in reserve because I'm fatigued because of the sets before. So you do that with everything. Second week you will train for strength, no, for volume and intensity. So you will get more 6 to 8 in rep ranges, and you will more do 3 sets maybe. Yeah, 3 sets is good. 3 sets of 6. And last week you train low volume, high intensity. So I don't know, you have 3 sets but 3 reps, and obviously you add more weight. And really important, the 4th week you do the exact same thing, but you do low intensity and low volume. So instead of doing 5 times 8, you will do 2 times 8 only for squats, maybe for pull-ups, bench, dips, whatever you want to train. Deadlift can work, but remember to have compound movements for your main lifts and to have support exercise in isolation or with a difficulty added to make your main movement stronger and to be balanced, to make your body balanced. Obviously, don't forget to train the core. Training the lower back is not always necessary, especially if you do squats with the low bar squat technique because it trains the lower back. So if you didn't understand me, you can ask me in comments and I will answer better than in my video because I'm French and I struggle a little bit to speak in English, as you saw in the video. I hope you enjoyed, and it's just the beginning of this channel, so stay tuned for next videos and take care, bro.